Turn me up, turn me up. Fancy know you've been going through a lot. It's Tipster Tuesday, so you hit the jackpot. Spitting out God's word from the top. Make your spirit wanna do the Millie Rock. Hello everybody, you know who it is. It's your girl Fancy with Tips for Tuesday. Forgive me today, I did not put on any makeup because I did not feel like it. But you're not here to see me, you're here to hear the word of the Lord, aren't you? A tip for Tuesday. So anyway, this tip for Tuesday comes at you from some conversation that I had this weekend. And I just want to clear some things up about the word of the Lord and sin. And this is going to be two parts. So this week I'm going to start you off with what I'm talking about. And then next week, so today you'll hear this. And then next week I'll have Chris Mayo with me. And we're going to be talking about fornication.
No, she didn't.
Did she say that? Fancy, did she say fornication?
Ooh, she tripping.
Okay, so anyway, so I want to talk about sin because I feel like when I was a child, the way that I was taught about sin, I feel like it's like, you need to sit up straight and do everything right, because if you don't, God is going to smite you down and kill you. Pew, 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 pew. The Lord hates a sinner. But it's not that way at all. It's not so much as the Lord hating sin as that He designed our bodies, our relationships, and everything about us to function a certain way. In order for all of us to function the way that we're supposed to function, we need to follow these steps. Thus, the sin in our lives being doing things that we know we should not do. Now, I always tell you guys that Tips for Tuesday is for everyone, not just for the believer, because there are people out there that you believe in the universe, you believe in nature. Now, if you believe in those things, it is the same concept. If what sin does is separate us, if we're believers believing in the Bible, separate us from the right direction, the right communication, and everything with God. If you don't believe in that, then it is the same as saying, if you are putting negative things out there into the universe, into nature, you are thus causing negative things to happen in your life not to function in conjunction and in a good way, that you can live your best life. Now, the way that God created, and to me, you're like, it's nature, it's the universe. And I'm like, yeah, because that's the way God created it. But that's fine. If you want to go ahead and think that it's nature and the universe, because God created nature and the universe to function in this way. But we're not going to argue about that, because you stopped by for Tips for Tuesday, and I'm just happy that you came to talk with me. So anyway, so what it does is God designed this body to function in a certain way. And when I do something that He told me in the word not to do, something that's not good for my body, let's just take an example of drinking. So He doesn't say that you should not drink in the Bible, which we also talked about this weekend, that I was taught when I was young too, drinking is a sin. The Bible doesn't say that. It says drunkenness is a sin. Now, the Bible says drunkenness is a sin. Now, if I do that, that is something that is going to, especially on a regular basis, something that is going to have negative effects on my body. Lots of people we know get cirrhosis of the liver from drinking a lot, right? So the sin itself, yes, God doesn't like it, but really it was designed, the sin itself was designed to keep our bodies and our lives in perfect peace. Hey guys, I'm editing me, and the sin, what I meant to say was not doing the sin. Those things that He called sin were designed to keep our body in perfect peace. Not doing the sin, not the sin. Peace and harmony. And that's why in the word it's like, don't do this, don't do that. You should do this. This is good. Laughter is good for the soul. Like all these different things, because that's what makes us function in tune, as healthy as God wanted us all to be. Now, sin of our body, adultery, fornication, all those things, it's not that God hates you. He hates the sinner. And I even sometimes I've heard people growing up, it's like, it's not the Lord hates it's He hates the sin. You know, they'll say that. But I feel like it's not about hate at all. It's about Him wanting to be in perfect peace and communion with us, wanting to be able to whisper in our ear, don't go that way today. There's going to be a bad accident. Wanting to be able to shield us, protect us, and guide us. And these things that we do that he doesn't want us to do stops him from allowing him to be able to do that in our lives. I hope you got that. That's a word. That is a good word. So that's what it is. That's what sin does. It stops God from being able to be all those things that he wants to be in our life because we can't hear his voice. That's what sin does. He does not hate the sinner. I am no less the child of God when I sin than you are if you never sin, but everyone sins. But what I'm saying is, like, just because you do everything right and you feel like you follow all the things, God does not love you more than he loves me. It doesn't work that way. What sin does is separate you from the perfect plan. I'm going to pick up next week. I'll have Chris Mayo in the building with me next week. We're going to talk about the rest of this whole story, how it all gets down, and fornication. Tell your friends, tune in. It's Tips for Tuesday, y'all. It's Fancy. I'm out.